Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to show you how we created this Thanksgiving sugar skull. Little Jimmy over here, my little kitten, decided to stay beside me the whole time. So one thing to note, I made all my face decals and I made this crown as well. I'm going to show you how I did that. So if you'd like to see how I got this look, then please keep watching. The first step to creating this look is to make your sugar skull crown. So I went to the dollar store and I picked up these supplies. I grabbed some Thanksgiving fall themed fake flowers and I picked up a headband, a glue gun, and some glue sticks. So first things first, plug in your glue gun, get that nice and warm, and start by taking your fake flowers off of the stems. So now just taking some of those longer pieces, I'm just cutting them a little bit shorter so that I can glue them onto the headband and just get that desired length that I want for the crown. So as I cut these, I'm just laying them on my counter, just sort of in the order that I want them placed on the crown. So just cutting the final stems, the little bottoms there on the flowers, I'm just placing them and sort of have a mental note of where I'm going to be placing it on the headband. As you can see there, I'm going to start with the white flowers and I'm going to have those longer pieces at the back. So taking your glue gun, you're going to start gluing the base. Now I'm just gluing those white flowers on the black headband, and then following that will be the orange flowers and then the longer stems. Something to consider as well is that you do not have to follow my exact order of placement or flowers or color schemes. The sky is the limit, so use your imagination. If you envision something else, by all means go with that. So now I'm starting by placing those longer pieces there just by gluing the bottom, and I'm going to attach them at the back while partially touching that flower as well. So I'm starting to really like this, it's really turning out, and now what I'm going to do is I'm just reinforcing the back of that crown with the glue gun, just really making sure that everything stays down. Okay, so the crown is done. On to the face. So I decided to make the base decals with some extra pearls that I had and some gold foil paper. So I made the little circles that go around the eyes and the skull parts, and I will be gluing them on with liquid latex. Starting with the makeup, so I've already done my foundation and my contouring. I'm just going in now with the James Charles palette, and I decided to stick with a very fall Thanksgiving warm color scheme for this look. So taking at the top of the palette those top colors, those really warm colors, that's what I'm going with. I really stuck with that orange, the browns, and the reds. I really love that. So I did go for a bit of a cut crease look, and then I changed my mind. It did cut really quickly, my lashes were put on. You can do any eye look you want for this as well. So measuring where I want those pieces to go, I'm just making sure I can get it as even as possible. And then taking some liquid latex, I'm going to place and sort of spread it on the back of that. Let it dry for a little bit to get nice and tacky. Hold it on my face to really ensure that it's stuck. Now doing the exact same thing to the other side, I'm just placing it and trying to get it as even as possible. Remember, do try to wait a couple seconds until that liquid latex is a little bit tacky. It will be a lot better for sticking, and just really hold it down for about 20-30 seconds and it should be okay. So now I'm just starting to carve out my skeleton there. Although I am shading the sides of my head, I did also cut out little gold decals using the gold sort of flat back pearls that I had and the gold foil paper. And I'm just putting in a quick shadow outline there, just kind of figuring out where I want to place those decals. And again, I'm doing the same thing, grabbing that liquid latex, and I just applied it underneath, and I'm just going to hold it down on my forehead to really make sure that it all sticks down. Moving on to the nose now, I'm just carving that out and creating the shadow. I've also cut a gold foil little piece there, just applying some latex there. I have to admit it was a little bit challenging to get this fully stuck. It did lift a little bit. Now taking my Mehron white Paradise face paint, I'm just sort of filling in the nose area. You will see later in this video that I ended up erasing part of it and redoing it because I didn't really like it. Now on to the teeth, my favorite and least favorite part. So now I'm just carving out the hollows there at the top. I decided to make that little decal. I also cut a little bit at the bottom because I made them a little bit too long. Moving on to the teeth, I have a very love-hate relationship with skeleton teeth. I can either do it really well the first time, or it takes me a couple tries, I end up washing it off and redoing it, and that was exactly the case for this look. You will see that it does change throughout the video. I ended up redoing the teeth about 2 or 3 times because I didn't like what I was doing. I tried different techniques, and that's usually what happens. Although I love trying something new for teeth, I think moving forward I'm going to stick with the technique that works for me. So if there is a technique that works for you, by all means, please go with it. You do not have to follow this. Put the skeleton teeth on how you know how. I went in with black and it was a little bit too dark, but I realized that I couldn't achieve what I wanted with just the white. So I ended up taking my concealer and I basically just took a sponge and I wiped off the complete bottom half of my skeleton teeth, and I just kind of started over. But I didn't give up completely. I didn't erase everything completely. I really wanted to salvage what I had. I was determined to get it right. So now taking that brownish red eyeshadow color in the James Charles palette, I just started carving out the teeth. So as you can see, when you create the shadows, it really does make a huge difference on your teeth. So do not feel discouraged. Do not erase it. Keep going. I promise you can salvage your work, and that's what I did. And I'm just, again, filling in those shadows, going over top of it with some white, and now filling that in with that brownish red color. I'm just going to deepen it. I'm also going to be taking some black eyeshadow as well to add a little bit more dimension. So I did define the teeth a little bit by using a NYX white eyeliner and really highlighting those teeth and carving them out, and then taking those eyeshadows again, I'm just adding more dimension and more color gradient. Outlining is going to be one of your best friends when creating the skulls, using a white eyeliner or liquid liner or face paint, and then the choice of color pop, whether it's black, brown, whatever your primary color skull is really going to make the difference and really allow those lines to pop and for you to see that definition and contrast. And then underneath, I'm just doing some shading there just to create some more shadows and more dimension on my face. I did want to make it a little bit more realistic looking, so this is definitely the way to do it. And again, so I am using the James Charles palette for this look. I just started grabbing those reds and orange colors and the browns, and I really just mixed it all until I liked the color that I was going for. I wasn't really following a picture for this. It's kind of just what came to mind. So please do feel free, if you are following this, to do whatever color scheme you're looking for. So taking my NYX liquid eyeliner now, I'm just adding those highlight points, just kind of where I wanted to have those nice little white pops. And you can correct it as well by going in with some eyeshadow. So again, if you do make a mistake, do not stress, you can fix it, I promise, don't give up. For this particular area and the entire skull pretty much, again, you really want to have those really nice gradients and blended lines. Do your best. It doesn't have to be perfect. Don't put that kind of pressure on yourself. You're learning, I'm learning, and it's supposed to be fun. So I'm just basically carving out my cheekbones, and I'm going to be shading in the rest of my face. Just taking that liquid white eyeliner from NYX one more time, and I'm just adding some more highlights all over the skull area. And then I am also going to be adding this flower-like pattern that you typically see around the sugar skulls circles, like on the eye area, and I'm going to be adding those as well, just for, you know, a little bit more detail. So for me, something is that when you think there's enough, there's always more. More is more for me. I absolutely love that. I love super detailed sugar skull looks. This wasn't entirely symmetrical either. I did my best, but honestly, it is no problem. Most people won't even notice. I mean, I noticed it, but honestly and truly, it's really no big deal. So just take your time when you're doing this, and I guarantee you, it will turn out beautiful. If any of you have any suggestions as to how to make your face paint a little bit smoother, blend out the eyeshadow a little bit better on your face, or have any product recommendations, please do let me know, because I would love to make doing these looks a lot easier and have them look way more smooth and way more professional. Plus, I love trying new things, so I'm definitely open to any recommendations, suggestions, feedback, you name it. Now onto the hair. So just taking my natural hair, I'm just going to tie it back a little bit. I didn't really clip it how you're supposed to with a wig, but you know, I just kind of wanted to get that thing on. I got this wig on Amazon actually. It was very inexpensive. I think it was in and around the $15 to $20 mark, but I will certainly let you know below. It's just a really nice white blonde ombre wig. And it's long, which I really loved. Okay, so I decided to change into a strapless top and add some bone structure on my chest area. I didn't spend too much time on here, but I definitely thought the look wouldn't be complete without it. I'm going to be adding some dimension with the James Charles palette, using the exact same color scheme, so dipping into the reds, the oranges, the browns, and the black. So I thought it would look good if I outlined everything with like a black liner, and then I started and I did not like how it looked, and I decided to not continue doing that. So don't mind that. That was completely unfinished, and yeah, I decided that I didn't like it, but I kept one. So now just going back in with the white, adding more of those highlights there, and just adding those final touches of color and pops. So this is the final result. I hope you liked it. I absolutely love doing skulls, as you can probably tell. I love playing with wigs and playing with makeup and face paint, and I love custom, unique sugar skull crowns. It truly does make the look. So thank you so much for watching. Let me know if you liked it. Comment below. Let me know what look you'd like to see next with DIY, craft, whatever you name it. And in the meantime, I hope you all have a fantastic and wonderful Thanksgiving. Remember, be grateful for everything that we have. There are so many people that are not so lucky. So thank you, and I will see you all next time.